The fluorescent light above us flickered as the elevator doors closed. I shifted uncomfortably, trying not to stare at Maya too long. She looked flawless as always, hair tied neatly, perfume subtle but sharp. Daniel leaned casually against the wall, his smirk fixed in place. The elevator groaned. Maya frowned. "Did you hear that?" "Probably nothing," Daniel said, too relaxed for the tension crawling up my spine. "No," I muttered. "That didn't sound right." The elevator jerked violently. Maya gasped and clutched Daniel's arm. My chest tightened. "Easy," I said quickly, reaching toward her. "Fine, Maya. Just stand still." But she pressed closer to him. "I'm scared." Daniel wrapped an arm around her. "Don't worry. I've got you." My stomach twisted. The cables above us screeched like something snapping. My instinct screamed danger. "Both of you hold on to the rails," I ordered. Gripping the bar on the wall, Maya shook her head. "No, Daniel, don't let go of me." I forced a shaky breath. "Maya, I'm right here. Trust me." Her eyes darted between us, wide, panicked, then locked onto him. I can't. He feels stronger." Her words cut deeper than the grinding. "Metal," Daniel smirked faintly. "Guess it's my lucky day." "Shut up," I snapped. "This isn't a joke." The elevator jolted again, dropping a few feet. We all screamed. My hand shot out instinctively, trying to grab hers. She yanked away, burying her face in Daniel's chest. "Maya," my voice cracked. "Please look at me." "Eh," she whimpered, clutching him tighter. "Don't let me go, Daniel. Promise me." "Promise," he whispered smoothly, eyes glinting with something cold. I felt the air drain from my lungs. My heart pounded, not from the falling, but from the truth unraveling. Before my eyes, she chose him. In the very moment of death, she chose him. The elevator shuddered, cables groaning louder, the floor vibrating beneath us. "Hold tight," I shouted desperately. "We can survive this, if stop pretending you're in control."
Daniel
Snapped back. "You're not the man she needs." His words echoed like a gunshot. Maya flinched, but she didn't move away from him. "I never said that," I whispered. My hands shook against the railing. "I just wanted to protect you both." The lights flickered, plunging us into near darkness before buzzing back on. Maya's tear-streaked face looked almost foreign to me now. "Why him?" I asked softly, voice raw. "Why not me?" She opened her mouth, trembling. Because when I look at him, I feel safe. With you, I just don't know." Final cable snapped. The elevator lurched violently, throwing us downward. The floor dropped beneath my feet, gravity crushing my chest. Maya screamed, clutching Daniel's neck. Daniel tightened his grip around her, gritting his teeth. I clung to the railing, heart tearing apart even faster than the fall. Her scream wasn't for me. Her desperate hands weren't reaching for me. "Maya," I cried again, though my voice was drowned out by the deafening roar of metal. "I can't," she sobbed. "I can't hold you."
Ow.
The betrayal was sharper than any blade. In the span of seconds, the woman I thought would die beside me had already decided I wasn't worth saving. Daniel's voice roared over the chaos. "Hang on, baby. I've got you." I wanted to close my eyes, but I couldn't stop staring at them. Her face pressed against him, his arrogant grin, even in freefall. Tears blurred my vision. My grip tightened until my knuckles burned. Somewhere inside me, a final thread snapped. If this was my end, then so be it. But the pain wasn't from the fall, it was from the truth. My love was never enough. The elevator plunged faster, the sound of our doom filling every corner. I screamed not from fear, but from heartbreak. And in those final seconds before the world went black, I swore silently to myself, if I survived this, I would never forget. Never. The steady beep of the heart monitor was louder than my own thoughts. I lay still, staring at the cracks in the hospital ceiling. My ribs ached, my legs felt like stone. But the pain inside me cut deeper. The door creaked open. "Hey," Maya whispered. I turned my head. She stood beside Daniel, their fingers almost touching. My chest tightened. "You're awake," Daniel said smoothly, pulling a chair closer. "Tough bastard," I didn't think you'd make it. I swallowed hard. Sorry to disappoint you, Maya. Flinched. Don't say that. We were worried. I forced a bitter laugh. Looked like you had each other. Daniel's jaw tightened. Don't twist it. We were all terrified. I wasn't blind, I snapped. Saw who? You ran too. I saw whose name you cried. Maya's lips trembled. It wasn't like that. I panicked. You panicked, I repeated, each word sharp, and your instinct was to choose him, not me. Daniel leaned forward. She was scared. Anyone? Would have shut up, I hissed. I don't need excuses from you. Silence filled the room, broken only by the monitor's beep. My throat burned. Maya finally whispered, I'm sorry. No, I muttered. You're not. Hand reached toward me, hesitated, then dropped. I didn't mean to hurt you, but you did. My voice cracked. More than this crash ever could. Daniel stood abruptly. Let's go, Maya. He needs rest. For a moment she looked torn, then followed him out. The door shut softly, leaving me with the sound of my own ragged breathing. Later that night, my mother rushed in, eyes red. Thank God, she said, clutching my hand. I thought I lost you. I'm still here, I whispered, though I wasn't sure I believed. It hurt. Tears fell onto my arm. Don't think about them. You have us. You'll heal. I shook my head. Heal, Mom. I died already. In that elevator I died. She squeezed tighter. No. You're alive and you can rebuild. Please don't let them take more from you than they already have. I turned away, eyes fixed on the dark window. You didn't see it? She chose him while I was begging her. That's who she wanted, not me. Mom's sob caught in her throat. Then let her go. She doesn't deserve you. The door opened again. My father stepped in, stiff and stern. So he's finally awake. Mom glared. Don't start. He folded his arms. He needs truth, not coddling. You trusted the wrong people. You learned the hard way. Now stand up and stop whining. Anger flared in me. I nearly died, Dad, and the woman I loved showed her true colors. He cut in. Better now than later? Mom scolded. Have some compassion. He looked straight at me. You want pity, or do you want to rise? I clenched my fists under the blanket. I don't know if I can. You can, he said firmly. But not if you keep staring at the past like it's going to change. Mom's hand stroked my hair. Ignore him. Take your time. But his words burrowed into me. Rise or rot. Days blurred together. Nurses came and went. Friends visited and left awkward flowers. But the image of Maya's trembling body pressed against Daniel replayed again and again. One afternoon, Mom sat by my side, humming softly. I muttered, why did she do it? Why wasn't I enough? She sighed. Sometimes love is selfish. She chose what felt safer in that moment. That doesn't mean it was right, but it means I was second choice, I whispered. Her eyes filled. With tears, then let that truth free you, not chain you. The monitor beeped steadily, like a cruel reminder that I was still alive when part of me wished I wasn't. When the room emptied, I whispered to myself, I'll never forget that moment. Never. The memory wasn't just a scar. It was a prison, burying me alive. The knock on my hospital door was soft, hesitant. Come in, I muttered, already dreading who it might be. Maya stepped inside alone. Her perfume drifted ahead of her, sweet but suffocating. She sat down near my bed, hands twisting in her lap. You look better, she whispered. I stared at her. Better than dead? She flinched. Don't say that. What should I say? I leaned forward. I'm grateful you chose him while I was reaching for you. Her eyes glistened. I panicked. Didn't mean don't lie. I cut her off. You meant it. In that moment, you showed me who you trusted. She looked down. Daniel makes me feel safe. I'm sorry, but I can't go back to you. The words sliced through me. My hands trembled under the blanket. Safe. You think he's safe? He used that moment to steal you from me? No, her voice shook. He didn't steal me. I chose. I laughed bitterly. At least you admit it. She reached for my arm, hesitated, then pulled back. I don't want to hurt you anymore. You already did, I whispered. There's nothing left to hurt. She stood slowly, brushing invisible dust from her skirt. Her smile was faint, hollow. I wish things were different. Me too, I said flatly. But they're not. She walked to the door, the click of her heels echoing like hammer blows in my skull. I caught one last glimpse of her before she slipped out, leaving only her perfume behind. I slammed my fist against the bedrail. Damn it. The door opened again, this time with Daniel strolling in. His grin was smug, his eyes gleaming with victory. Rough talk? He asked casually. I glared. What the hell do you want? Shrugged, leaning against the wall. Just checking in? Wanted to make sure you're not holding grudges? I clenched my teeth. You stole her. He chuckled. I didn't steal anything. In moments of life and death, the truth comes out. She chose me. Simple as that. My blood boiled. You call that truth? That was fear? You took advantage of her panic. He smirked. Call it whatever you want. At the end of the day, she's with me. That's all that matters. I gripped the blanket, trying to stop myself from lunging at him. You were my best friend, Daniel. Correction, he said coolly. I was your best friend. Now I'm hers. My throat tightened. You'll regret this. He laughed again, low. And mocking, maybe? But until then, I win. Get out, I snapped. He leaned closer, lowering his voice. One more thing. Don't bother chasing her. She won't look back. I spat the words like venom. Neither will I. He smirked one last time and walked out, leaving silence in his wake. I collapsed back onto the pillow, heart hammering. Rage burning in every vein. Their faces swirled in my mind, her tearful eyes, his smug grin. I wanted to erase them, but they clung to me like chains. I whispered to myself, cut them out. Cut them out of my life. But even as I said it, I knew the betrayal had already rooted itself too deep. It would never let me go. And maybe, I thought bitterly, I didn't want it to, because rage was the only thing keeping me alive. Man, you work too much, Robbie said, leaning on my desk. Do you even remember what sunlight looks like? What I kept my eyes on the spreadsheet. Deadlines don't care about sunlight, he laughed. Deadlines don't care about your health either. Come on, let's grab a drink tonight. I don't drink. Fine tea then, or coffee. Anything to prove you're human. I sighed. I'm fine, Ravi. Really. You always say that. He pressed, but I've never seen you smile. Not once. My lips twitched, but no smile came. Smiling isn't part of my job description. He shook his head. You're impossible. What happened to you, huh? The question hit harder than he knew. I muttered. Life happened. He leaned closer. You sound like a man twice your age. You're what, 30? You should be out dating, living, laughing. I don't do. Dating? Why not? He asked. I hesitated. Because some things aren't worth repeating. Ravi frowned. You talk like someone broke you. I pushed back from the desk. Drop it. He held up his hands. All right. No more digging. But you can't hide forever. Later that evening, we sat in a cafe across the street. Ravi sipped his tea, watching me carefully. Not so bad, he said. People, chatter, life happening around you. I stared at the couples at nearby tables, hands intertwined, laughter spilling out carelessly. My chest tightened. They look happy, Ravi said. They look temporary, I replied flatly. He raised a brow. Wow, who hurt you? I looked down at my untouched cup, someone who taught me not to trust laughter. He leaned back, whistling. That bad, huh? Worse. He studied me. So that's why you're always silent, like you're carrying something heavy. Silence is easier, I murmured. People can't use it against you. Ravi frowned. That's not living. Man, that's hiding. Maybe hiding is safer, I whispered. He shook his head. Safe doesn't mean happy, I didn't answer. The truth was too sharp. On the walk home, Ravi kept talking. You need to let it go, whatever it is. Past is past. I stopped walking. You think I haven't tried? He looked at me seriously. Then try harder. I clenched my fists. You don't understand, then explained, he challenged. I met his gaze. Imagine you gave someone everything, your heart, your trust, your soul. And in the moment you needed them most, they looked you in the eye and chose someone else. Then imagine living with that image burned into you every single day. Ravi went quiet. That, I said softly, is why silence is easier. He exhaled slowly. Okay, that's heavy. Now you understand. He put a hand on my shoulder. I don't. Not fully. But I get one thing you don't deserve. To be stuck there forever? I pulled away. Maybe being stuck is all I have left. Back in my apartment, I sat in the dark, staring at the ceiling. Ravi's words echoed, but they couldn't drown out the louder memory. Maya's trembling voice, her hands gripping Daniel instead of me. Years had passed. The city had changed. My job had changed. But inside, nothing had moved. Every wedding invitation from friends was a knife. Every couple I passed on the street was a reminder. Every elevator I saw made my palms sweat. I whispered to the empty room. I'm fine. The silence answered back, heavy and suffocating. And in that silence, I realized the truth. It had become my armor, my prison, my only friend. The ballroom buzzed with laughter, clinking glasses, and shallow conversations. Lingered near the corner, nursing a drink I had no intention of finishing. Work demanded my presence, but my heart wasn't here. It never belonged to places like this. Then I saw her, Maya. She looked the same, yet not at all. Older yes lines around her eyes, a heaviness in her posture. But her beauty was undeniable, and the sight of her felt like a blade reopening a wound. Her eyes found mine. She froze. Tears welled instantly, and before I could move, she whispered across the room, "Can we talk?" Every instinct screamed at me to turn, to walk away. But my legs betrayed me, locking me in place. I muttered, "Why now?" She stepped closer, voice trembling. "Please, just a few minutes." I clenched my jaw. "You had your minutes." Chose him. Her lips quivered. "I know, and I regret it." I laughed bitterly. "Regret doesn't erase the past. Let me explain," she begged. "Not here, somewhere quieter." Curiosity, no. Hatred rooted me. I followed her out, to the balcony. The city lights stretched endlessly, but all I saw was the ghost standing before me. She gripped the railing. "Daniel left me." I scoffed. "Of course he did." Her voice broke. "He drained me, my savings, my hope." Then he disappeared. He left me drowning in debts, in shame. I crossed my arms. "And now you come to me? What am I supposed to say?" Poor Maya. Her tears fell. "No, I don't want pity. I had to tell you. I made the wrong choice." The words slammed into me, reopening everything I had buried. I spat. "You made that choice while holding his hand in front of me. You made it when my world was crashing. I was scared." She cried. The elevator, the panicked eye reached for him because he felt stable. But afterward I realized what I lost. I realized years too late. She shook her head. "I realized the moment I walked out of your hospital room. I just didn't have the courage to admit it." I turned away. "Cowardice isn't an excuse." "Then call me a coward," she said softly. "Because I was. And I've paid for it every day." The silence between us thickened, and my hands trembled. But not from weakness, rage, grief, longing. All colliding. I asked coldly, "So what do you want from me now?" Her voice was barely a whisper. "Forgiveness. Maybe another chance." I barked a laugh. "Another chance? After you shattered me? After you let me rot while you played house with him?" Her shoulders shook. "I thought Daniel would protect me. Instead, he destroyed me, and every night I saw your face. It's the way you looked at me when I chose him. I never forgot. I never forgave myself." I swallowed hard, fighting the storm inside. "You forgave yourself enough to stay with him for years." "I stayed because I was afraid to admit I'd ruined everything," she confessed. "And because I was too ashamed to face you." I stared at her, memories flashing the way her perfume lingered when she left. The smirk on Daniel's face, my parents' pity. All of it bleeding into now. Do you even know what you did to me? I asked. Her tears fell faster. Yes, I destroyed the only man who truly loved me. Then why are you here? I demanded. Why open old wounds? Because I couldn't live with the silence anymore, she whispered. Because I still love you. The words cut deep. For years, I had dreamt of hearing them, but now they tasted bitter. You don't love me, I said coldly. The idea of what you lost. She shook her head violently. I love you. I loved you then. I was just too blind, too foolish to see it. Daniel took everything from me, but he couldn't take that truth. I slammed my fist against the railing. Stop. Don't twist this into some tragic romance. You chose him. You broke me. That doesn't just vanish because you're alone now. Her voice cracked. Then tell me what to do. Tell me how to make it right. There's no making it. Right, I hissed. There's only living with what you did. Her knees buckled, and she covered her face. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. For a long moment, I just watched her crumble. Part of me wanted to comfort her, to wipe her tears, to believe her. Another part wanted to walk away forever. I whispered, almost to myself. You don't get to haunt me again. She looked up. Desperately, please. Don't shut me out. I turned toward the ballroom. You shut me out years ago. Her voice followed me, raw and broken. I should have chosen you. I paused, but didn't look back. Yes, you should have. And then I walked inside, leaving her in the cold night air, my chest burning with everything I couldn't say. Her eyes were red, her mascara smudged. But she didn't let go of my arm. Please, she whispered, voice shaking. Just listen. To me, I yanked my arm free. Why? So you can explain how Daniel drained you dry? So you can turn your tragedy into my sympathy? She flinched. No, I'm not asking for sympathy. I'm asking for forgiveness. I laughed bitterly. Forgiveness. After everything? Yes, she said quickly, tears sliding down her cheeks. I know I don't deserve it, but I can't carry this anymore. I was wrong. So wrong. You were more than wrong, I snapped. You destroyed me. You left me in that hospital bed, bleeding inside, while you stood holding his hand. I thought he was strong, she whispered. I thought he'd protect me. I leaned closer, my voice low and sharp. You thought wrong. Now you're here because your protector abandoned you. She shook her head, clutching her chest. It's not about that. It's about you. I can't stop thinking about you, I sneered. You couldn't stop choosing him over me. Her tears dripped onto the floor. I chose safety. I was terrified. In that elevator, everything was chaos. I grabbed the hand I thought would keep me alive. And now that safety's gone, you crawl back to love? My voice cracked with rage. It's not love, Maya. That's desperation. Her hands trembled as she reached for me again. I loved you. No, I still love you. I was just too blind to see it then. Step back. Don't you dare say that word to me. You love? You don't get to use it like it still means something. Sobbed. It means everything. I've lost everything, but I can't lose you again. Please, don't shut me out. You already shut me out, I hissed. When it mattered most, when death was staring us in the face, you chose him. That's who you are. Her voice broke. No, that's who I was. I've changed. I clenched my fists. People don't change. They just get desperate. She gasped. You really hate me, don't you? I don't hate you, I said bitterly. I hate what you turned me into. Cold, alone, silent. Her face crumpled. I never wanted that, but you caused it, I said. And now you're standing here crying, hoping I'll forget? Shook her head. Not forget. Just give me a chance to make it right. There's no making it right, I spat. There's only living with the wreckage you left behind. Her knees buckled, and she gripped the edge of the table for support. I wake up every night seeing your face. The pain in your eyes. I can't live with it anymore. Good, I snapped. Maybe now you understand a fraction of what I lived with for years. She covered her mouth, sobbing harder. I deserve your anger. I deserve your hatred. I can't let you go again. Not like this. I turned away, staring at the floor. My chest burned with memories: the fall, the hospital, her perfume fading from my room. You're too late, I whispered. She rushed toward me, grabbing my hand. No, don't say that. I pulled my hand free again, my voice trembling with fury. You don't get to beg now. You had me once. You had all of me, and you threw it away for him. Her voice cracked like glass. I thought I was saving myself. I didn't know I was destroying you. I glared at her. That's the problem. You never saw me. You only saw yourself. She fell silent, tears streaming down her face. I exhaled sharply. You want me to? Forgive you. Fine. I forgive you. But that doesn't mean I'll ever take you back. Her head jerked up, eyes wide. No, please. I don't want pity forgiveness. I want you. Just you. You had your chance, I said. You chose safety over love. And now love is gone. Her sobs echoed in the quiet room. I should have chosen you. You should have, I whispered. But you didn't. She collapsed into the nearest chair, covering her face with trembling hands. Her cries filled the silence, but I felt nothing. No pity, no love. Only rage that she thought words could undo years of scars. I walked toward the door. Wait, she called weakly. Please tell me there's hope. Stopped, my hand on the handle. My chest tightened, but I didn't look back. There's no hope left, Maya, I said coldly. Not for us. And I walked out, her sobs chasing me into the night. Have you heard? Ravi asked over lunch, lowering his voice. Daniel's company's gone. Total collapse. I froze with my fork halfway to my mouth. Gone? Bankrupt? Investors pulled out, partners jumped ship. Word is he's drowning. In debt? Ravi leaned back. Some people are saying he deserves it. I swallowed hard. He does, Ravi frowned. You sound almost glad. Almost, I muttered. I am glad. A week later, I walked home late at night. The city. Unusually quiet. That's when I saw him slumped against a wall near the bar district. His shirt was stained, his hair a mess, his tie dragging in the dirt. A bottle rolled from his hand when he looked up. His eyes widened. I stopped staring. Daniel? He staggered to his feet, swaying. Don't walk away. Not you. I folded my arms. Why not me? He gave a broken laugh. Because you're the last person who should see me like this. Then fate has a sense of humor. He rubbed his face, grime smearing across his cheeks. I had everything. Power, money, my aunt. Now nothing. They all left. I raised a brow, surprising. You built your empire on arrogance. People like that only stay while you're useful. He winced. I know. Silence stretched between us. His eyes glistened under the streetlight. She'd left too. Maya said she couldn't take it anymore. Guess you already knew. I did, I said coldly. He swayed, then grabbed the wall. For balance. Funny, isn't it? You were the one who lost everything in that elevator, and I was the winner. At least I thought so. But look at us now. You're standing. I'm crawling. I clenched my jaw. You don't get to compare. He chuckled bitterly. Deserve that. You deserve worse, I snapped. You took my life and called it victory. You smirked in my hospital room, remember? His face darkened with shame. I was proud, too proud. I thought winning her meant winning everything, and now. I pressed. He sagged to the ground. Now I know it meant nothing. I stepped closer, my shadow falling over him. So what do you want from me? Pity? He shook his head. Not pity, just honesty. Tell me the truth. Dude, you hate me every day since then. Yes, I said without hesitation. Every single day. His lips trembled, but he nodded. Good. I deserve it. The bottle rattled against the pavement as he shoved it aside. His voice cracked. You were always the better man. I see it now. Took me losing everything to admit it. My chest tightened, but I didn't let it show. Better man or not. It doesn't erase what you did. I know, he whispered. And I'll carry it till I die. He buried his face in his hands, shoulders shaking. For a moment I almost felt the ghost of pity. But it died quickly. Goodbye, Daniel. I said firmly. He looked up, eyes hollow, and gave the smallest nod. Goodbye. I turned and walked away, his broken figure shrinking in the distance. For years, I had dreamed of revenge, of seeing him suffer. And now here it was, not by my hand, but by life itself. Karma had spoken, and I felt nothing but cold satisfaction. She was waiting outside my office building, leaning against the wall like a shadow from my past. "Maya," I muttered, my chest tightening. Her eyes filled with tears the second our gazes met. "Please don't walk away this time," I sighed. "What do you want from me, you?" she whispered. "Just you, nothing else." I clenched my jaw. "You already had me, and you chose someone else." Her hands trembled as she reached forward. I was wrong. I was scared. "But I know now I belong with you." I shook my head. "No, you belonged with him. Remember? That was your choice." Her voice cracked. "That was my mistake." I narrowed my eyes. "You think mistakes can just be erased?" She stepped closer. "Not erased, but healed. Let me heal this. Let me heal us." I laughed bitterly. "Heal us? You broke us beyond repair." Pressed a hand to her chest. "I still love you." "Love," I spat. "You loved safety, loved the illusion of strength. When it mattered, you didn't choose me, you abandoned me." Her tears fell faster. "I was foolish, blind. I see it now." "Too late," I said coldly. Her knees buckled as she whispered, "Please, just give me one more chance." I looked at her trembling figure. Memories of the elevator flashed, the cables snapping, her hands clinging to Daniel, her eyes refusing mine. My chest ached. "You made your choice," I said firmly. "Now I'm making mine." She staggered forward, clutching my sleeve. "Don't say that. Don't throw me away like this." I pulled my arm free. "You threw me away first." Her voice rose in desperation. "I was wrong. I lost everything, Daniel. The life I thought I wanted. Don't let me lose you too. You lost me years ago," I said. She sobbed, collapsing to the ground. "Please don't leave me like this. I can't survive it." I looked down at her, my voice steady. "You survived without me once. You'll survive again." Her cries echoed against the building walls. "I love you." I turned my back to her. "Your love comes too late." She reached out weakly. "Don't walk away." I didn't stop. "Goodbye, Maya." Her sobs chased me, but for the first time in years, my chest felt lighter. The weight I had carried the silence, the rage. The emptiness slipped off my shoulders. Each step away from her was freedom. For the first time, I was finally choosing myself. Ravi caught up with me outside the office a week later. "You look different," he said. I smirked. "Different how?" "Lighter," he replied. "Like someone finally took a boulder off your back." I nodded. "Someone did? Me?" He grinned. "So, what happened?" "Don't tell me you finally went on a date." I shook my head. "No dates. Just decisions." His brow furrowed. "Decisions?" "My cut ties with ghosts," I said. "Maya, Daniel. The weight of it all, gone." Ravi blinked. "Wait, Maya. Came back?" "She did," I admitted. "And she begged," I said. But I didn't bend. His eyes widened. "You told her no?" "I told her never again." Ravi let out a low whistle. That must have felt good. "It felt like breathing for the first time," I replied. That evening, I stood on the rooftop of my apartment building, the city buzzing below. The wind brushed my face, cool and sharp. I whispered, "It's over." But the silence didn't feel heavy anymore. My phone buzzed. "Ravi again. You busy?" He asked. "No." "Good, because I'm dragging you out tomorrow. Enough hiding. You've got a life to live." I chuckled. "You don't quit, do you?" "Not when I see a friend finally free," he said. I paused. "Free ye? That's exactly what I am." Later, as I walked the quiet streets, a memory hit Daniel's drunken eyes, hollow, admitting I was the better man. Maya's voice echoed too, begging for one more chance. But for once, those voices didn't cut me open. They were just echoes fading behind me. I whispered into the night, "I survived you both," at a crosswalk. A stranger beside me smiled, Long day, long life, I muttered, then smirked. She laughed softly. Aren't they all? The light turned green and we walked separate ways. But for the first time, I didn't feel invisible. Back home, poured water into a glass and stared at my reflection in the window. Not broken anymore, said to myself. The man staring back looked steady, hardened, but alive. My phone buzzed again. A text from Ravi. The world's bigger than your pain. Time to see it. I typed back. Tomorrow. I opened the balcony door, stepping into the night air. The stars stretched above me, endless and calm. I whispered, never again will I let someone's choice define me. For years I had lived in the shadow of a collapsing elevator in the silence of betrayal. Now, stood in the open, unchained, alone, but rising, and for the first time, being alone didn't hurt. It felt like freedom,